The watch that we're looking at today is a watch that I was a little bit confused by. The brand in general kind of confused me until I got hands-on with it. It's from a British brand called Bowcroft. I know that they're a very high quality, however, I was a little bit confused by their design until I got to see this watch hands-on. I have their Element in a blue color. It's a blue ocean color that is absolutely gorgeous. Their quality is very, very high for the price, and I am very excited to show you this watch. So let's flip the camera and take a look at the Element from Bowcroft. When I first opened up the box and took a look at this watch, I didn't really notice all of the details right away. So I was a little bit confused on the design. So when I got closer and you really take a look at all the details, you could see why this watch is a little bit special. It looks from the surface a very straightforward design. It's really not. When you get close to this dial, you can see that it's pretty dynamic and there's a lot of little elements that make it kind of special. This is called the Ocean Blue Element, so you get a greenish blue dial. Now, depending on the light, it looks like a black dial, but when you're in direct light, you get some really beautiful blues and greens from the dial. And it's a layered dial as well. You have this outer portion, well, there's a chapter ring. The chapter ring is the minute track, and then you have this outer portion that's raised from the center portion, and then you have the indices which are applied that straddle that area, and it adds a lot of layers, and it's also a little bit dynamic, which is very interesting. And the hands sort of play off of those indices, so they look very similar and everything matches really nicely. You have their logo, it's applied right below the 12 o'clock, and then you just have right above the 6 o'clock Bowcroft, the name of the brand, and Cambridge, where these watches are assembled. The other thing you're going to notice immediately when you get it out of the box is the bracelet. The bracelet is very impressive. It feels amazing in hand. So this is a 3-link bracelet, but you have a very, very thick line of polish that goes down the sides of the bracelet. Everything is basically brushed, but it feels like a very high quality bracelet. You also get on the fly micro adjust. There's a little push button right here, and obviously it is all milled. A beautiful bracelet on here that tapers, and it just feels really good in hand. The watch itself feels really nice in hand. When you turn it on its side, you're going to see some more design elements here that are a little bit different that you don't notice right away. Again, this is not something that I noticed immediately when I got it in hand. After taking a closer look, I noticed that the case is not your typical case. It's a little bit different, but it comes off as a traditional case. You have this beautiful center portion here that has a line of polish that goes all the way around it, and the back, the case back, almost telescopes out. You have a screwed in case back, there's a little bit of artwork on there. It looks very different. You have a very traditional bezel, but the case itself is not traditional. And because of that shape, the way that it's shaped, it actually wears a lot thinner than it actually is. And you do get 200 meters of water resistance. This is only around 11.3 millimeters thick. Considering that you're getting 200 meters of water resistance, that is excellent. You have an automatic movement inside, which is the Miyota 9039, the dateless version of the Miyota 9000 series. And you are getting an extra hard coating on the case and the bracelet. So a lot going into it. There's a lot of little details that you don't notice. Obviously, you wouldn't notice the extra hard coating on the surface when you're taking a look at it. The case measures in just under 40 millimeters at 39.5 millimeters is what my calipers measured. And then you have just over a 46 millimeter lug to lug of 46.3 millimeters. You do get female end links that do fold completely down. So this will wear really well on most wrists. On my wrist today, I have my new Seiko SLA 079. This is a much larger watch than the one that we're looking at today, but you can see here, a very good looking dive watch. I am always very impressed with Seiko's higher end offerings, and this is one of their higher end dive watches, and I think it looks fantastic. And there is the Bowcroft Element Ocean Blue on my 7.5 inch wrist. You could see this is around a 39.5 millimeter watch. You have a 46 millimeter lug to lug and an 11 millimeter thickness, so 11.3 millimeters. But I'll hold it because it's not sized to my wrist. You can see how close that wears to the wrist. That's because of that telescoping case back, the way that that works, how it sort of sits in your wrist a lot better than a traditional case back. And obviously that was a conscious choice. They made the design here so that it looks a lot thinner than it actually is. So this is a 200-meter watch with a screwed-in case back and a screwed-in crown and a domed sapphire crystal in the front with an 11-millimeter thickness, and it looks even thinner than that on wrist. I think it looks fantastic on my wrist, and it is extremely comfortable. Well, there you go, lume. Pretty good on here. Lume applied to the indices and hands, pretty liberally applied, and you do get a little bit of lume on that second hand. That second hand is in a blue color as well. Just a little bit of extra blue, but the fact that it's lume is really good because you can see that your watch is working in the dark, and obviously I like that. All in all, I think this is a really good looking watch. I think that it could be a little bit plain for some, but when you get into the details and you look a little bit closer, you realize it's not really a plain watch. It's something that is really designed well, very thoughtfully designed, and I think some people may overlook that. Some people will obviously get into the details and enjoy the watch. I'll do plenty of close-ups so you can see what I'm talking about and, you know, get a better understanding. The price on this watch is $695. That is excellent for what is a really good everyday watch. This is a watch that is sort of a GATA, go anywhere, do anything. I know a lot of people don't like that saying, but it is, because you could get wet with this watch. 200 meters of water resistance is really good for literally anything. You're not going to go diving. You don't have an external rotating bezel or any sort of bezel here for timing. It's a really capable watch that you could wear pretty much doing anything, and throw this on a strap and you could wear this with a suit. I mean, you could wear it on this bracelet with a suit too, you know. And you have the on-the-fly micro adjust. It's automatic, reliable Miyota movement. For $695, I think this is a really good looking watch, and it's really well made. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section below. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of Bowcroft? What do you think of this design? Am I right about the details? I mean, is it something that you would get into, or is it something that you would just pass up? Tell me down in the comment section below. I want to hear from you guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It's super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. I'll put a link to Bowcroft. I'll put a link to this watch down in the description. Definitely check it out if you are interested. Anyway, guys, thank you for logging on. Thank you for watching this video. I'll catch you guys in the next video.